So I apologize for the late video today, but we are going to be going over what happened today within the crypto markets, what ultimately happened to a lot of investors, and where we still see things going. I'd first like to just go ahead and clarify that none of this is financial advice, the usual things I have to say, but with all that aside, let's get into it. So what I'm trying to say here is specifically with the current status of the market, you have so many people now who are fudding a potential just end of this bull run. You look at a ton of influencers and you see them panicking, you see them portraying, oh guys, this might honestly be the end. Whereas just a couple of days ago, they were saying the completely opposite thing. So I'm still holding strong with my beliefs because, to be completely honest, this was not that bad of a dip. Now, will things still probably be rocky for the next couple of weeks? My best guess is yes. Maybe not that bad, but I do see it potentially being a problem. That maybe not as big as a problem as a lot of people seem to think. So with that in mind, what really is the sentiment right now and why exactly are they saying this? Well, again, we had the FOMC meeting news kind of with Jerome not being so certain on the economy, even though he kind of said the economy is looking better. That really impacted things. I mean, the stock market took a hit, crypto market took a hit, a lot of different aspects of investments took hits. And so what ultimately happens, of course, with crypto being the most volatile, we of course see it there specifically because of how high Bitcoin dominance is right now, with literally Bitcoin, I believe, going from 106, 105K to now 97. That had drastic implications on altcoins. Drastic implications, simply because Bitcoin dominance is still too high for our liking, which ultimately screwed our alts in not too bad of ways. I myself, when looking at holistically, I'm not negative in any project of mine because why? I've taken initials out on every project that I've been in. And so I see this as a great buying time to load up on your high conviction altcoins. I'd like to say this again. I'd like to first bring up Warren Buffett, who has, and of course, he probably never would touch crypto, but still investing rules in general. He goes into how if you really like a company, you shouldn't be worried if you see the outlook of that company being good if the economy is not doing so well, or in this case, the crypto market isn't doing so well in a short time frame. You have to open the picture up, see the big picture. And with that, you'll understand that, hey, I was convicted that I was going to sell in the springtime for these projects that I'm in because I feel these offer very good utility and I feel like we're on pace to really do well into the next year. So again, you have major catalysts coming up in January, et cetera, et cetera. Why would you sell right now off of emotions and off of 2 days worth of data? Off of 2 days. So it's interesting to see a lot of people's mindsets. I know people who have sold myself. I've heard of people selling, which is just very interesting to me because again, you have high convictions and then you just throw those away off of a couple of days of data. And now there are people who will get into a project that they know really nothing of, and that's kind of why you see those buy high, sell low, the buy high, sell low. And the reason is because people will get into projects not knowing much about it, not having too much conviction in it. So of course, if they know nothing about it, they know nothing about why they should be bullish on the project. Well, in that case, they're just going to sell in 20% dip because they know nothing about the project. They're like, okay, I blindly invested in this, so I should probably get out. But the problem is they continue to do this, which is interesting. But yeah, Bitcoin's holding a pretty good spot here at 97K. We could push up into the $100,000 range. It's just Bitcoin dominance here is really bad. Like if we wick down to 93, 92K, that could do some severe damage to altcoins. But again, this is why you should always have capital on hand, or if you realistically are in projects that can't really survive dips like these, and you should not be in them. I'm still bullish on a ton of different base projects. Of course I am. It's interesting to see how some hold up resilience while others don't. But again, this is just a video kind of talking about things and kind of talking about there is a sentiment right now that, oh, it's over, when realistically this has happened before in the 2020, 2021 cycle. This happened before that. So there's really nothing to be worried about, because long term, in terms of like 5 months, things are still looking amazing. So if I were you, and this is what I'm doing, if I have really good altcoin convictions that I see playing out pretty well with a long-term bull run outlook, considering we still have an alt season, I'm going to be loading up on these projects and DCAing. Why? Well, why would I not take advantage of dips where, I mean, look at Ski. For example, Ski, 16 cents is what we dipped to. I believe we're at 21 cents. So if you would have got in, regardless of if you were in that project before, I don't even know what the percent increase on that would be, but still, you'd be up a decent percentage just simply buying the dip. So that's going to be it for me, is really just going over the current market standing. Again, so much fear in the markets right now, but ultimately, what can you do about that? There's genuinely nothing you can do. Aerodrome specifically, I've had a lot of people ask me about that, as well as Moonwell. I still think these are going to do just fine. These are going to do very well in this upcoming alt season. We still have yet to see a proper alt season. So to really sit back and kind of worry about projects like these that offer so much utility, in the event we see an alt season, these are going to pop, in my opinion. So realistically, nothing to worry about here. We're simply in probably a choppy period of time December in total has just been choppy. So realistically, we're just gonna have to wait it out. Again, January, we have a bunch of catalyst events coming out. Look what's going on with the Bitcoin reserve. Like that's global adoption there. Why? Because US does a Bitcoin reserve, then other countries do Bitcoin reserves in suit. There's a competition, et cetera, et cetera. You see what I mean? So you should not be bullish, in my opinion, for this cycle. I'm not saying that's going to be a super cycle at all. But right now, there's no reason. I'm not worried one bit. I'm not going to lie. And I've seen my portfolio go from a pretty large amount to still a decent amount, a pretty large amount, for me at least. So I'm not worried. I know a lot of people who have way higher net worths than me in the crypto space who are not worried at all. So why would I fret and sell and just worry about what's going on? I'm not gonna lie. So it is, of course, important to keep your attention on what's going on in the markets. However, what's more important is knowing how to react to them. So with all that being said, guys, this is it for me today. I'm gonna try to get this out before 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. It's almost like an assignment due date, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I will see you guys later.